one of the biggest questions I get is, how much do I need for a down payment? And there's this holdover from our parents' generation that you have to have 20% down to buy a home. That's not the case though. In the US, the average first-time buyer puts down about 8%, and if you qualify for it, you can put down as little as 3% on your purchase. Now, you want to work with an experienced mortgage banker to figure out what is going to be the optimal down payment for your situation. I like to think of it as the Goldilocks principle. You don't want to put down too little, you don't want to put down too much, you want to make it just right for your situation. And the reason for this is because, yes, the more you put down on the property, the lower the monthly payment goes. However, you don't have access to that money until you go to sell. And I think people tend to overestimate how much putting more down on a property makes. Typically, about every $10,000 more that you put down, it's going to move your monthly payment somewhere between $50 to $70 a month. So work with your mortgage banker to find the right sweet spot for how much you're putting down on the property. There are government-backed down payment assistance programs that you may be qualified for. This is something we're going to review, and these are based upon your income, your credit, and the location of the property. So if there's a benefit to using one of these programs, we definitely want to make sure that you're getting as much bang for your buck as possible. We're also going to want to consider the closing costs on the property. The closing costs can vary from place to place and your purchase price, but as a conservative measure, I would say to take 2 to 5% of the purchase price as the home and budget that for your closing costs. Now, either you can pay for these out of pocket and have these set aside, or you can potentially work with your realtor, if the situation allows for it, to negotiate what's called a seller closing cost credit and have the seller pay for the closing costs. This won't be allowed in every scenario, especially if it's a multiple offer situation, but it's something to keep in mind. It's something we can advise once you find that property that you want to put an offer in on.